Oh, hey y'all! Thanks for tuning in to Meet the Shoe podcast. Shackle History Unleashed. We were talking right before this, and it's just
Yes.
it's so deep and so juicy. You just realize like everything just clicking. Like, oh my god, our
Right.
kids don't know. These
Right.
kids out here just having fun, living life, getting high, hanging out on these street corners and these blocks, not knowing there's a higher echelon of people watching.
Watching everything. This internet has been really a destruction for us. It's a gift and a curse for real. Like we go to it, we run to it for information to
Yes,
find a faster way of information because before we would have to actually go do the research. We'd
actually,
have to actually go drive to it, find it. Now
right,
we have the phone, we can call, it doesn't matter. Somebody else knows it. It's just a touch of a
exactly.
button right at our
Yeah.
fingertip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did you find out, Sade? Human parts, human people, everything. That's just a whole
Yeah,
nother world, like you
they
said.
just, they just raided a guy's home. I forgot his name out because that wasn't going to be the topic of our conversation, but it just kind of clicked and kind of came all together when you think about it.
Mhm.
They found skulls, human skulls in his home, hundreds of them.
So
Uh,
here's my thing. But not only that is shocking. Who sent them there?
Exactly. So they were saying he's connected with another, like morgue or one of the universities that have um, do search on bodies, and
Wow.
that was that connection. These people are selling, trafficking dead and human bodies, dead bodies or live. And when you think about it, it's people out here in the world that need hearts, that need livers, they need certain limbs on their body, and they don't have. They will send out and just look for young, black and brown kids, teenagers. The younger, the better, and
Right.
use be able to use their body parts.
Right.
This
That's
stuff is
all.
real, y'all. This stuff is real. And when I think about it, you think these kids getting high, they don't know what they're doing. These pills done took over, fentanyl done took over, and they hanging out on the streets high as all get back, don't know where they at, just linked over like they're on heroin, but it's the people. You know what I'm
do,
saying?
do you
But
know?
they
I
call
seen.
missing.
I just heard someone tell me that um they know someone that has taken a fentanyl pill, broke it down, and smoked it.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I didn't know that it was even smokable.
Me
Why? The thing of it isn't even why. The thing of it is, I don't know if they felt that if they pop it, that it would kill them, go to their heart faster, or if they smoked it, they would just get the high, immediately and nothing would happen.
right,
That's what I was told, right?
right, okay.
The thing that people use their mind for when they say that your mind is a terrible thing to waste, that is very true because why would you even be sitting there trying to come up with a concoction of how I can get high faster? I don't understand that. And people, what the thing that they're searching for, from my understanding, that first high, once you get that first high, you go chasing that. You never
Mhm.
get it again.
Right. No, you don't get that first hat. It's like chasing the dragon, as they call it. They're
Yeah, but what is
chasing
the
the
point
dragon.
if the previous people that even turn you onto it tell you that? Why would you continue to do it if you know that it's going to defeat you every time? It's
Because
taking all your money, it's taking your looks, it's
taking
taking your homes, your car, everything. Why?
right. So let's yeah. So we're saying this because there's 1,000 kids, teenagers, young adults missing in Ohio
Mhm. Mhm.
for the from the beginning of the year till now.
Right.
Some of those kids have been, adults have been recovered, came home or whatever, but
Okay.
a vast majority are still missing. So
Okay.
Ohio
Ooh.
conducted a raid
Oh
and
God.
arrested 150 people men mostly
Okay.
across the state of Ohio. And every city they picked up people. That was Cleveland, Toledo, Youngstown, Marietta, Columbus and Youngstown. Yeah, those
Okay.
cities, major
Okay.
cities, they arrested.
Right.
And majority of
All in the state of Ohio.
the state of Ohio, 150
Okay.
people. And amongst them was a sixth grade teacher,
Whoa.
Mr. Masterson. Yes, Mr.
What?
Masterson. He's a sixth grade teacher, and he was
A
arrested.
man?
Yes,
Okay.
and for I guess they're saying for buying sex. So a lot of these missing people, I'm assuming, are being trafficked. So they're saying we wouldn't know the whole particulars of the case until it unfolds, until everybody went through due process, go to trial or pre-trial or something like that, and then we'll be able to really find out everything that's going on inside the court. It's an open court. Anybody can go in, but he was buying sex, and amongst them was another college professor, which the sixth grade teacher, he's a professor at the business college as well.
Okay.
And college professor, there's a pair of U.S. Air Force Army men.
What?
Amongst those arrests. Yes.
It's I'm saying what, but honestly, it's not shocking. These people are coming from every doctor, nurse, priest, nuns. Everybody is over sexualized. Everybody on every level.
Yeah.
This is still sickening. It's sickening.
And I can imagine a lot of those missing people are probably overseas by now. A lot of them probably overseas being sex trafficked. Oh, you got the U.S. Airmen. They could put them in.
They can fly right.
Run out the B-57 or B-5, whatever airplanes they drive, and load them right on up. It's just that easy for them. You know what I'm saying? To do that, they can pay for it. They get money.
Right. I'm not shocked, like I said, but what is the extent of the law on it? Like, did they go to jail? Are they out on bond? I mean,
a lot of them are out on bond. That's what I'm saying. If you have the federal government arresting all these people, because it's federal, because you're taking all these, they're assuming a lot of these
crossing state lines.
Across state lines with these, minors or young adults,
right? Right.
How would y'all let them? They're predators. They're sex predators. They're just gross people. How would y'all let them get out on a bond or on their own recognizance or anything like that? But you'll hurry up and lock a drug dealer up real quick. But I'm saying this to say it's sad because they're letting them out because they're not this.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
And they have homes. They're prestigious people, and they still have to go home and take care of their families, work their jobs or maybe find another job.
But they're endangering the community. They're endangering the world by, you're trafficking. So then you're holding somebody hostage. You're holding someone captive, right?
Exactly.
So how are you even being released if you're in danger to the community, right?
Holding somebody captive, but a lot of them are having sex with these young folks, underage people.
Yeah, exactly.
They having sex with boys or girls. That's how this thing is going on. They don't care. No holds barred for them.
Right.
They want what they want that they're not getting at home, I guess.
There's also people that's why I asked, like, how did they get the information to go and capture them? Because they have the capturers now that are getting killed by exposing the people as well. Right. Not to, frighten, but be heavily alarmed and maybe even armed if you have to when you go to exposing or outing somebody in these fields. Because there was a Detroit, Michigan man also that he was meeting up with two adults that were having conversations with a 15-year-old. It's funny that you said 15 because they thought they was having a conversation with a 15-year-old girl, but they were luring her to be sex trafficked.
Right.
He ended up meeting them at a bar. They didn't know they was meeting up with a man.
Yeah, with the police undercover.
Right. And when he approached, he ended up, they say, allegedly punching the predator, right? And the predator shot him,
Oh,
killed him. And
wow.
this man had been in Detroit, known to the community, big for exposing
Yeah.
child predators,
Right.
molesters, sex traffickers.
Oh,
He's
that's
been
bad.
known to capture, lots of people over the years. He was like 40 years old, and yeah, they murdered him. This just
Oh,
happened a couple of days ago. So
my
I
God.
want to say to people also, when you're exposing, just make sure that you have the proper information
Yeah.
and you let the proper authorities do their
Their
job. Because when you're approaching someone, even now, if you approach somebody and you're exposing somebody, even now, you don't even have to be legal to carry a weapon or anything. If you expose somebody and embarrass them, just think of the embarrassment that
Yes.
the teacher you're talking about, these guys it was him, it was supposedly the guy and his brother, right? So I don't know what the brother came along. He must have came along to, you know, capture the 15-year-old they thought they was meeting as well, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
when you're meeting these people to expose them, be prepared for repercussions as well, because
Exactly.
you never know how it would turn out. You don't know how, anything would turn out. Whatever
Right.
it is. It don't even have to be to the extent of this, you
Right.
know, of,
Mhm.
of, of sex trafficking. It could be a cheating husband, a cheating wife, um, you know, somebody stealing at a job, anything. When
Yeah.
you're exposing
Right.
somebody, just be prepared for
For
what can happen
for the
after the
worst.
repercussion, right? Because
Right.
you never know
But
what
you
the
know
what
what?
the exposure unfold.
Right. So in June, another Ohio kid that's missing. The parents
Uh,
are vigilantly looking for him. It's
Okay.
Keyshawn Williams. His parents reported him. He went to a party June 17th, and
Mm-hmm.
they were looking for him. He didn't come home from the party. He's 15 years old.
Okay.
Couple days, you know, they still haven't heard from him. So they end up reporting him missing June 20th. So a couple days later. 'Cause usually they make you wait 24 hours before you say
Right.
report, you know. And it's probably the
Right.
weekend. So wait till Monday, you know,
Okay.
put you on hold. But
Mhm.
he's been missing since. His family
Okay.
have put out flyers. He is on the national missing report and he's on a flyer. You can see his face on there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's sad, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping there's no foul play and they can find him, but usually when stuff like this happens, it's like you'll never find them again. They're probably gone, you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
somebody,
let's send a prayer up that he has a safe return home. Him
yes,
and all
Lord,
the other missing children
yes,
that's still alive, that
yes,
they're released, that
yes,
they're
Lord.
released and sent back to their families. Like,
Mhm.
man, nobody deserves any of that. Like,
Nobody. So the said human trafficking indications is living with the employer. If you know someone that's living with an employer or poor living conditions, multiple people in a cramped space, inability to speak to individual alone, answers appear to be scripted or rehearsed, employers holding his identity or documents, because a lot of people come from overseas, and if they're holding your passport, that's could be an indication of trafficking. Signs of physical abuse, submissive or being fearful, unpaid or paid very little at a job, and under 18 and in prostitution. Those are indications of human trafficking.
okay, wow, that's Okay, I'm glad you provided that information.
Oh God.
Because people never even think or look at that, but now that you hear it, right,
Mhm, mhm.
you'll pay more attention to it. So,
Exactly, exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, moving right on along. We're gonna talk about Black China.
uh-huh,
She has changed her life, turned
yep,
her life over to God in the last, past 6 months, maybe a year or so.
right,
She's trying to, find herself, and she's trying to give up everything that's worth to her,
yep,
that kind of led her down a path of, destruction. She's letting go of. So now
yep,
she's selling her clothes and her shoes,
yep,
reportedly, just
hmm,
to stay afloat, from what I'm hearing, to stay in the home she's in right now. Um, Prior to this, maybe 2 years ago, she got kicked out of one of the homes she had. It was
okay,
really luxurious. She got in. They took her to court for unlawful detainer, and she wasn't able to pay rent for what, 6 months, maybe. Wow. So,
okay,
and she moved somewhere else.
okay,
Some of her cars got confiscated because she couldn't
hmm,
pay it. This was over 2, 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's been going
yep.
on. So, what else have you heard about Black China?
So what's going on with her currently as of 24 hours ago? It says that she's selling her personal belongings, like you said. Says
Mhm.
court documents show that she is now selling her purses, her shoes, her clothes through her online consignment shop. She has reportedly made $178,000 from selling the items so far.
Oh, okay.
China is spending 24 hours a day, one day a week with her son. Her son, 6 of those days, stays with dad, Tiger,
Okay.
rapper Tiger, right?
Okay.
And so he has all the money. He has money, right?
Yeah.
Her other kid's father, Rob Kardashian, and his family have the money. He also owns. She only gets to see her one day a week. Rob and Tyga are, they get together to allow the brother and sister to have family time and fun together without China.
Mm.
What's disturbing to me before I read the rest of it, just being a mother, right? A single mother, just
Right.
being a mother, period. Um, the woman was good enough for them to have relations with her. Both
Mhm.
of them were in a tight relationship with her. She was good enough for a relationship and to bear a child for you, but she's not good enough for just her well-being, just her bare minimum necessities. They
Mhm.
don't have to be over extensive or expensive, but we're talking about millionaire men. So ladies, pay attention to this. This isn't for every uh woman or whatever, right?
Right.
This isn't for every situation, but understand that when you chase men with money, it will be a halt if you don't
Mhm.
get it. If you don't get your own,
You get
it
your own.
will be a halt when it all ends. So
Yeah.
that shouldn't be your ultimate goal, to chase nobody for no money.
Exactly.
So you would think, like I said, that they either both of these men would at least want her to, oh, we'll pay for you a 2 or 3 bedroom home, but that's it.
But you
You
know
got
what?
to fend for yourself.
I think they've done that before. They've been through that. You know what I'm saying? Helping
But
her.
that was when the kids were with her. They're not with her. They've taken their own children. I'm saying for the children to go into an environment where the space is still good enough, because they live in beautiful lavish homes. These guys do, right? But when they go and visit the mother, you will still want the environment to be presentable and okay for them to enjoy their time with their mother.
Like,
Is it a must do or an entitlement? No, because they're not in a relationship with
right,
her anymore. They don't owe her to do
right,
that. What
right.
I'm saying is, you would think that she would have been human enough to them, that they would have cared about her enough that they wouldn't mind doing it. Because that's all it is. They
Yeah.
give out free shit every day. But
But
this is your
I think,
kid's mother.
yeah, I know. I think she's living in a comfortable space, in a nice place. She is living in a nice home, oh, or apartment. From
Uh-huh.
it is nice. It looks nice on the inside from what you see. You never know,
Right.
but I think it's the past things that's going on,
Okay.
like allegedly drugs. She's
Okay.
used drugs before. You know, who's to
Right.
say they feel that she's still on drugs? She's still not. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Uh,
What was the story that you read?
she did get caught on a flight
Okay.
with cocaine in her possession.
Okay.
You know, she probably forgot she had it on her. I don't know, but
Right.
TSA did find drugs on her. She got
Okay.
arrested at the airport. I don't know what happened after that. It's been 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago since that happened. COVID happened, and you never know what happened with that court
I'm
case.
pretty sure by it being such a it was a user's amount. They
Yeah.
probably gave her some kind of treatment and then
Mhm.
it was done. Maybe she was on a probation.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know about it unless
We
you
were.
really dig, same or similar, boom. Because it was a personal amount. She wasn't trying to sell it.
Right.
She was using it, right?
Mhm.
Self-inflicting herself. So
Yes.
they probably, and then by her being a celebrity, she had a great attorney, it probably washed away. Right. Because
Right.
that's what
Right. Right.
usually happens. But so for the rest of this story, she reportedly, she said that she has legal bills that she
Mhm.
inflicted on Tiger to go to custody battle with him, right? And Tiger saying she need to pay the bills, right? But the judge says she's hoping that the courts will require Tiger to pay the $125,000 towards her legal fees for a case that she initiated. She initiated this case.
Yeah.
This
So
isn't something he initiated. She
right.
initiated. So what I'm looking at him is he seems to be a pretty decent guy. He's not taking her to court for custody. She's
No.
doing this, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
they're saying he's a stable person because he doesn't use drugs and he has the money. So
Right.
that's why the court awarded him for
Custody
him
of
to
the
be able
child.
to. Right. And then it says previously alleged financial report shows that China made nearly 240 million
So what is she
in
doing with all this money?
2021 on her OnlyFans, but she
Yeah.
let that go. She let that go.
No, you don't spend $240 million in one freaking year. You can
Here's
spend
the
that out. Come on now. That's a lot of money. 2021, she should have been able to had a financer show her, hey, you spend 40 a million a year. Come on, 240 million or 24 million.
here's my thing. She was around a lot of takers. That's why she released herself, right? I'm just saying. You
Mm-mm.
gotta think of this. If you have you had all that money, it sounds like a lot to us. We never had that, right? Like the other there's another podcaster blogger, Nino Brown. He describes on how the level the celebrities live on.
Yeah,
We don't understand it as a normal as normalcy
yeah,
because we've never felt that life. And like he said, you got to bring
that,
yourself back down to reality.
yeah.
Me and you, we gonna go to if we want caribou, because I'm looking at a caribou. Me and you want a caribou, we gonna walk up in there and buy it.
Yeah,
We're
for sure.
gonna send the luxurious upper scale DoorDash to our door to
Yeah,
pay for it. These are some of the things that they
yeah,
do. I'm not
yeah.
gonna pay for the laundry service. I throw my stuff on the floor, just throw it in a bag. I got a maid there to pick up behind me, to pick every single thing up, to put it in the laundry service and ship my stuff off daily, weekly, whatever, every 3
But
days.
look, but the
It's a
thing
lot of
is, you
expenses that they have.
yeah, but sometimes you gotta get your mental together. Be like, look, I came from what grassroots.
Yep,
I know how to survive with bare minimum.
exactly.
She,
Exactly.
but you know what? That's what I'm saying. Allegedly, drugs.
Yeah, that and then not only drugs, it's a mental illness that goes on between the rich and the poor or
Yeah,
the middle class.
yeah,
Even if you're rich, you don't want to go back to middle class.
no,
When we get rich, we're not going to want to come back to middle class.
Mm-hmm.
When we have more, we're not gonna go back to where we're in a struggle. One thing for sure though that I love and respect is Candy Burrs. That girl gonna live like she ain't got it, and
Yeah.
guess what? Everybody respects it.
Her and what is the
She's
other
still
girl?
living in the same two houses
Yeah.
that she bought when she got her first check from Beyonce and them's bills or whatever. You
Okay.
know, the same money that from that big chunk that her and Tiny received from the no scrubs and the bills and all that
Yeah.
from me, that's over 15 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe what 2000, that's 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that as far as I'm saying community, I'm saying viewers. When you reach money, money is not everything.
No.
Money does not mean happiness. No, money does not mean happiness. Doesn't make you comfortable to where you don't have to stress, maybe for a roof over your head or a car to drive, right?
Right.
But there's still gonna be something that you're gonna stress about.
Yeah.
It's still
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be something you're gonna worry about.
Yeah. All the time. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, but
And
hopefully she'll be able to figure things out. She's getting it together, you know what I'm saying? But I guess when you hit rock bottom, you start thinking, you know,
yes.
she's getting older now, and it's like it's time to
No, reality is coming.
reality.
Reality is coming and
Yeah,
setting in on her.
yeah,
The real
yeah,
is coming and setting in on her. Now,
yeah.
what did you hear about Tamar Braxton?
Girl, I'm thinking, okay, Tamar Braxton. So now she's dating that guy. What is his name? Oh my God,
The
the white.
white guy.
Yeah, yes. I hate to say I forgot
And
his
she
name.
met him on Queen's. It was something to do with Queen's something for a reality show. Some reality
Oh,
show about finding your queen and finding your
yes,
king, right?
yes, yes, yes. Oh my God.
And
So
everybody was supposed to head to the altar.
right, and they look
Mhm.
so happy together. He seemed like a
They
good guy.
did.
His
They
name is
did.
J.R. Robinson.
Okay, J.R. Robinson.
They've been dating for a
And
little
he's
bit.
nice looking.
Yeah, he
He's
is
nice
nice.
looking. Yeah.
Yes, he is distinguished.
Yeah.
And he said that they broke up.
Okay.
They're no longer, and he does not. Uh, I think she was abusing him.
Yeah.
He the
Yeah.
ratchet,
She was a
verbal abuse.
narcissist. She
Yeah,
was a narcissist.
yeah,
Yeah.
verbal abusive. But you know what?
Super toxic. She I mean,
Yeah, he didn't like that drama. He liked
yeah.
hers, but that drama, that mouth gets
Yeah,
you in
the mouth.
trouble all
Mouth
the time.
almighty.
That mouth gets you in trouble. Her person, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're at a certain age when you're gonna grow up out of that.
Yeah.
She's not gonna never find a man because she's so abusive now. But I'm thinking that African man messed her up. That
Yeah. You think so?
yes, baby.
He verbally and mentally abused her. Yeah.
yes, yes. He
Yeah.
was doing all kind of stuff,
She
baby.
turned into him. Yeah, she turned into him and tried to bring it into the next relationship.
Yes, she did. The next
Can't
couple
do
relationships.
that.
You can't do that. Yeah. And
Can't do
I
that.
hope she finds some healing because I don't know if he put a hoax on her. Or, you know how to voodoo, something.
Right.
Girl, you gotta be careful who you date. That's all I can say.
Yes, you
I
do.
feel bad for that J.R. Robinson because he liked her.
Yeah.
He liked her.
Oh well, that just means that online dating gone wrong again. I mean, you never know when you're gonna find your mate. Me
Yeah,
speaking as a single woman, right? You never know
right.
when, but you cannot look for it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You can't look for it. You
no.
gotta let love find you. It has to
Yeah,
come to you, right?
it does. Yeah.
And that's both ways. You can meet. I meet guys all the time and talk to guys all the time. Same old. It's just always gonna be. It's always gonna be something. They say the first conversation is
Mhm.
where the future will lead.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
first conversation, the very first conversation is where the future will lead when dating.
Yes.
And by the time you get to the third conversation, mentally, the man or the woman knows this will be a forever or for never.
Okay. Exactly. You're right. You're right. You're forever or for never. Hmm.
Forever or for never, honey. By that
Yeah.
third conversation, you will know when it's forever or for never.
So Tamar Braxton, we hope you find
We
love.
wish you the best and those like it.
Okay.
So lastly, we are going to end on this emergency alert, right?
Oh,
Everybody's freaking out.
I'm cutting my phone off. I am
Everybody's freaking out about their phone being cut off. For us, for Central Time, it's 1:27,
okay.
right? That's what I found out. So I looked on here and I seen that they want everybody should turn Central Time is 1:20 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern Time is 2:20 p.m. So we're in between Central and Eastern. We're closer to the East Coast, right? Because we're on 1 hour back from the East Coast, right? Mm-hmm. So for us, it'll be 1:20. So at 1:20, cut your phones off in the middle of just stop, right?
I'm cutting my phone off from 1 to 2 p.m. I'm sorry. TV too, cut it all off. I don't want to hear them airway. To me, they send out signals to hypnotize you or something.
Right. Because everybody's saying they got little Simpson. I sent you a thing where they had the Simpson thing where everybody was shaking and everybody was moving. But it's weird that we knew about this from months ago. They were saying what was going to happen in October, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, not to be alarm anybody, but I seen a guy ask Siri, when was World War III gonna start? And it said March 2024.
Hey,
said after March 2024, the world will not be the same. That's what it said.
You never
and
know.
That's so scary. It's scary. And at the same time, just live your life through your higher power. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have no control. We have no control of nothing. We're getting all these. We're governed by the world, by government, and guess what? There's not. God knows. There's nothing we could do about it. We're powered by people. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you never know how humans are going to act or react. So, we don't know.
So, I think, and then they were saying they may postpone it. I seen
the alert.
The alert. I'm like, oh, so y'all just controlling everything.
Yeah.
If they don't have
the alert, they want to. They control the weather. They control the weather now. So
yeah.
Think about that. The weather control.
Control the weather when I went to Dubai, and they said when they want it to rain, they're gonna make it rain.
Wow. When they needed it to rain. Yep. According to the forest and the land, when it dries up and they need water, they'll make it rain.
Yes, girl.
Think of how we're in Minnesota. We're in Minnesota. Think of how bad it rained this past week. It's been pouring down. It's been pouring down, raining. Mm-hmm. Pouring down. That's what I'm saying. So just think of that.
Man, look.
Just think of that. Well, thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you support our sponsors, Cashmere Lux, Boss Up Beauty, and Lena Beans Organic.